First of all, since you didn't get the planning report, and I'm not going to reiterate it, I just want to mention that at the last planning committee meeting, we spent a good amount of time talking about the water main break, and the work is progressing on the air quality monitoring. It's been just with the snowstorms and the days we selected, the schedule got moved, so I don't have anything definitive to propose at this meeting, but I hope real soon. Basically what I need to do is get the list of nuts and bolts so I can come back with an actual plan that RIRA can endorse. Okay. And as I mentioned, we're working with Queens College and their research center over there that does it citywide. Okay, second thing, which is...
Let me just ask you something. Is that, if I can reiterate what I thought was going on, is you're working with Queens College and there's some sort of air quality monitoring that if it's put in place, if we get enough money to put it in place, then it will be part of the Queens College air quality monitoring all over the city? So
yes.
Part of their study, right?
Yes, it'll be, if Queens College does things at, I'll call it at a city level resolution, okay? And then they do things at a micro resolution. So like the 126th Street bus depot, they're monitoring air quality around there because they're going to introduce some green technology for the buses, and they want to measure the air quality before and after so they can quantify that. But that's not good enough for Roosevelt Island because that's too small a spot. So for us, we're in the middle level in terms of the resolution size. The resolution size for the city, I think, is 300 meters by 300 meter grid. So that's about 1,000 feet by 1,000 feet. That's not good here. And also, the measuring point is once every 2 weeks, which means that if they get a data point, they won't even know what's in that data point until about 8 weeks later after they do all of the analysis. And that's just really no way to correlate to, gee, someone's digging up something rotten, you know, down the end of the island or whatever. It's just, it's way too long. It's not the right time scale. So what we will have, okay, and this is what we're going for, is there's probably on the order of about a half dozen to a dozen monitoring spots on the island, appropriately placed and appropriately calibrated so that what happens at the city level will completely jive with what's happening at a mid-level, which will also jive with the, if they want to do something around a power plant or somewhere other place on a small scale, they could do that. The advantage, and this is the way I'm pitching the idea to them, is that right now in terms of, if you want to call it the products and services that Queens College has, is they have stuff at the small level and they have stuff at the very large level, but they don't have stuff at the middle level. And by getting this funded right, it will add to the suite of services that they can provide, because they do it for cities other than New York. They do it for Pittsburgh, and the way I would propose the funding happen is we're not going to touch any of the money. The money just goes straight to them, and then they buy the product or service, and it's done here because it makes it easier from a contracting point of view. And I'm going to try to get it done at the federal level, possibly with help from the state and the city, but it's easier to get the money through the federal level through a variety of contracting.
Sounds like a wonderful project. Thank you.
Thank you. And all the information will be shared with the Construction Task Force and RIRA, you know, and the residents.